That'll work. People are like,
that way it's just going.
people are like, why is he staring at his crotch the whole time?
It's interesting down there.
TV slash Q autocorrect slash.
So we're not quite starting yet, but we're getting all the fun tweet out of the way.
Yay.
So if you're in the chat room now, thanks for showing up early.
This is the perks of showing up early. You get to watch me stare at my crotch the whole time. Podcast.
Or show.
Now.
I found show to be shorter. It gives me the
The
140 characters.
Well, when you're a professional tweeter, you only use 91, even with the whole tweet. Oh, bam. I subconsciously almost clicked on Neko Atsume. Just subconsciously.
I need to check my cats.
Yeah,
They're not as important as the show.
Gotta check the cats before we fucking start.
Before we do the show.
Yeah. Fair warning, I do have a head cold today, so lots of beer to keep the voice going.
Alright. So that tweet's out, and it's only like a 20-character tweet because I was like, show's going live shortly. Because I already tweeted out the link.
Oh, yeah.
So if you follow me, it should be good.
Did you move
my
that?
phone's over there, away.
Yeah. Hopefully, there's no hearing problem. I feel really weird being so far away from my mouse and keyboard.
Oh, that's why I started it early.
Yeah.
So I was like, start early, do all that fun stuff,
Yeah.
gather our thoughts.
Yeah. Get everything all situated.
Mm-hmm.
I was really hoping.
Is that water?
Yeah. In fact, you might have to go outside to get one. Or you can have a beer.
I guess it's beer.
Oh, I was gonna say there's one right here.
What's it?
There's one right here if you want.
No, that's fine.
But 6 over here. Because I'm gonna go through 6 beers in one podcast. It's gonna be
I just go for one.
amazing. No, I'm not.
It was a trial and error thing.
Yeah.
There shouldn't be anything else because now the audio bar is gone.
Yeah. Well, hopefully they can still hear us in the mic. Can you guys hear us talking now?
Yeah,
Yay.
they were able to there.
Yay, yay, nay. Thumbs up, thumbs down. We'll see how this turns out. We're learning how to podcast.
It's the worst learning
While
curve
drinking a
ever.
beer. Yeah, it is. By episode
It's
10.
much better.
Oh, okay, great.
By the end of the year.
Yeah, yeah. By the end of the year, we'll have this totally figured out how all this is going to work down. Then we'll have a whole new issues to work with.
Yeah.
So, anyways, back to what we were talking about. Somewhere in Gaokao Love.
Somewhere.
Yeah. First impressions / initial reviews, or not initial
Whatever.
reviews. Yeah. I don't remember where we were. Anyways, throughout the game. Hello. I don't know who that is. I can't read you. It's too far away because I'm blind, even though I have glasses on.
Huh?
Can you read that?
You have it on your phone.
Oh yeah, I do have it on.
I'll let you have the satisfaction of reading that one.
What was that? I don't think it's gonna load. Maybe not. So
maybe not.
yeah, we're playing Gaokao Love. One thing I did notice is while I was playing through the story mode is there's a dog. I don't know. Have you run into the dog yet?
Not yet.
So I think our girlfriend, a virgin loser. I like the name. That's been awesome.
So yeah, I had to give you the satisfaction of reading that one.
So there's this dog, and it is the derpiest goddamn dog I have ever seen. So much so that I made a note about it in my notebook, which is too bright to see, so you can't see that.
I don't think they want to read your handwriting.
Probably not. I don't think they can read my handwriting. But yeah, it is the derpiest fuck. I was writing. I was like, I have to take note of this stupid ass dog so we can talk about it on the thing. And my iPhone locked. Boom.
Oh well.
Yeah. I love how one setback just threw us all off our game. Just
That's
completely
You want to start at the top?
I mean, we can start again. I don't care. We're here.
I'm here for the moment. I haven't gotten anyone yelling at me yet.
Yeah. You want to start again? So, we'll start again. Which is going to be fun because it might be a little bit quicker.
It might be. That's fine.
Yeah, so this is episode 3 of the Cheap Game Club podcast.
Yep.
Since we are starting again. I'm Dan, you at DLack86 on Twitter.
And then I'm Anthony, located at Tanktop DSP on Twitter or Twitch or any number of outlets.
Yeah.
We're still learning a lot. Apparently.
As Steph and JoJo will tell you in our chat, if you can read it. We had a trailer playing of the game, but apparently it was too loud, hence our empty gray box right here. I'm still getting used to the movement of how everything's like flip-flops. So we decided to scratch that since nobody could hear what we were talking about, which sucks because we were about 45 minutes through our original podcast.
We'll try to knock this out in another, 20?
Yeah, 20, 30 minutes, whatever. So, again, welcome back. Cheap Game Club, essentially what we do is we pick $10 games off Steam, we run through it, and then twice a month we have a podcast about it.
Or at the very least a live stream and a video to YouTube.
Yes. If you are watching this on demand, which we will eventually put this up on YouTube, you'll notice that it says episode 1 and episode 3. That is because me, smart person that I am, forgot to record the last episode that we played through. So Steph and I think JoJo
are part of our super ultra exclusive club for the live show.
Are like one of the only 2 people who saw episode 2 of this podcast.
And the troll that was underneath the bridge.
Oh yeah, we forgot to talk about that dude.
That's all right.
Perfect.
I really didn't want to talk about him because he might be back for all I know.
I did. I think Steph banned him, or I don't know if she did.
I don't know.
But
she does have the hammer.
But that dude was awesome. So I feel like
I felt internet famous.
Yeah, you're not a real internet celebrity or an internet whatever until you have a troll in your chat room. And we had somebody right off the bat within 5 minutes was like, "Oh, that blonde dude looks like a douche." I was like, all right. You're too far away to block, so whatever.
But aside from the troll, our exclusive live show that kind of happened because we forgot to record anyways.
Yeah.
Was over Rampage Nights, which was January's game of choice, and our overall review and impressions of it.
Yeah.
And aside from slight controller issues and keyboard interface, we seem to have a pretty good time with that game and enjoyed it overall.
Yeah.
The Van Hammer was strong. Thank you, Steph, for arming yourself up with that.
Yeah. As we discussed earlier, which I don't think anybody heard anyways because of the
trailer.
Outrageous noise that was going on apparently. I enjoyed the game.
Yes.
I still enjoy the game. In fact, if I probably had free time and I wasn't trying to get through Gaokao 100 Days, which is apparently a really long game for everybody except for Steph, I don't have enough time between that and homework and regular work and just trying to deal with everything else.
HD mustache. Sorry.
With everything else, it's a great game. If you guys have, $10 to spend, or if you guys are looking for
snipe it on the sale.
Yeah, if you guys are just looking for something to do, just to waste time with, it's a great game.
It's pretty good.
If anybody played Castle Crashers and you like that form of game, go pick up Rampage Nights. It's by Rake and Grass. Great game. It's super random. There's nothing that was repeated other than your character and the actual stages. So
the
forest,
setting for the stage.
Right, yeah, the setting for the stage. Everything else was just complete random, from drops to stores to how many levels in the stage there were going to be. It's completely random. Great game. It's
good
awesome.
replay.
Yeah, awesome for multiplayer too. That was the other downside. So the keyboard issue and the fact that there was only going to be 2 players.
But I think we came to the discussion while we were on that show where the 2-player limit was more or less a limitation because I couldn't see probably any more players.
Yeah, with the amount of enemies and stuff that it might have had to randomize in there was pretty good.
Steph just skipped the dialogue.
Nice.
That's why she went through Gaokao.
Yeah, that was the thing. How'd you do that? With the Mutts game. That's you're not missing much, to be honest. As we've discussed throughout earlier, which I don't know if anybody's going to hurt.
It's alright.
It's slow.
It was slow going.
Yeah, jumping in, pretty much just jumping straight into
our
our
feedbacks and
impressions. Yeah, it was a slow going It's been slow. I'm not done yet. I'm 40% through. I think we worked out the math earlier. I'm only 40% through with the game, and it's just now starting to pick up. I feel like it's just now starting to get picked up, and I'm a little depressed that I haven't moved as far in a relationship with this other girl as opposed to your naturally given girlfriend at the beginning of the game where it's like, I don't know if I like this girl. She's kind of weird. That's
all right. We're kind of jumping over the place right now as we get ourselves back onto our feet.
Yeah, Steph, I would say if you were here earlier, if you could have heard us earlier, we tried to jump back to Rampage nights specifically to catch people up since obviously Steph and Joseph were the only two that saw episode 2 of the podcast. But eventually, we're going to get everything right between volume on video and recording and timelines. We're going to smooth everything out. It's going to be a great process. Still learning, but whatever. In
the next 2 years.
Yeah. So first impression of
the
game. Yeah.
100 days, love, something.
There's a lot of
words.
It's a pretty long title. It's
Gao Cow.
Don't get me wrong. It's decent. It's just not great. The story's not it's not progressing as fast as I might have liked it.
Would have liked to get in.
Right. And like I said earlier, I picked up Sakura Angels for like $2 or something during the Steam sale, during the Chinese New Year sale. And I don't know, I like it. It's when looking at the two games side by side, one goes a lot faster, it gives you a lot more choices, and the other one is a little bit slow going, gives you less choices, but I think the choices that you make
are more meaningful.
Right, when you're doing, when you're in night school or when you're at home on the weekend and you choose to either study again or to go walk around in the park or try to hang out with your other pseudo-girlfriend or boyfriend, whatever it is that you're trying to catch.
Or neglect your sleep.
Or neglect everything and just be like, forget, I'm taking a nap, which is pretty much what I do in life all the time.
It's all right. That's what I try to do in life, but in the game right now I'm just neglecting sleep altogether as much as I can. Because I have that 0 HP.
Yeah.
I'm going to keep it that way as long as I can, and I'll find out what happens.
I want to know if Steph ate the cookie, like if Steph died from eating the cookie as well.
I don't know.
Maybe she'll answer in like 2 or 3 seconds or whenever the lag comes through for Twitch. But I did die, which I think is still funny. Like, you're, like, purposefully trying to die, and I'm like, yeah, whatever. I'll eat your cookie, and I just died out of nowhere. Like, what the hell?
I'm still only, like, 20 days in.
Yeah.
Out of the possible 100.
Yeah. I don't remember when the cookie thing happened. You do take a test.
Yeah, I know they've mentioned that the pretest is coming up.
Okay, yeah, so you're getting close to
a benchmark.
Yeah. I did not do very well during my benchmark.
I looked at the schedule the first week.
Yeah.
To kind of start understanding what was going on.
Right.
And I've neglected it overall. Yeah. No, she didn't die.
She didn't eat. You got to eat the cookie. Next time you play through, eat the cookie.
If you manage to get yourself set up on that quest line or something.
I don't even know how that happened. I don't. Is it a quest line?
I have no idea. I would take the best understanding that certain things affect whether or not you get scenarios.
Is your girlfriend a fatty? Is your girlfriend a fatty?
Yeah, she's a foodie.
Okay, good. I say fatty. Like they say foodie in the game, but to me, I'm like, yo, this girl likes to eat. She's a fatty. Like, you know, whatever. It's translation, I guess. But yeah, she does. She eats a lot. She's always like late for class because she's going to get food. I'm like, oh, okay, that's cool.
That's the weirdest thing ever.
Yeah. So I guess we need to do a quick recap of what Gao Kao 100 Days is. So
Steph got pulled into the World of Warcraft clone that they have in there.
And Gao Kao?
Yeah, Gao Kao. They have the online game that releases like as you're studying, and it's like, hey, you want to come play the game, and you're like, maybe I should, but I shouldn't because I want to be a cool kid, but I also want to study.
I haven't.
She was like, nah, screw it. I'm just going to play the game.
Look, I'm playing the game. It probably doesn't help that I never played WoW, so I was like, nah, I'm good. I'm going to try to win this dark-headed girl as my girlfriend.
Yeah.
That's what I've been focusing on, is trying to get, what's her name? Zohan? X-I...
Zohan? Like,
Zalhan?
Like the character Adam Sandler played?
Yeah. What a horrible time for a movie to come out to. We're getting off topic again, which is funny because last time we got off topic too. Anyways,
It's easy.
yeah, Deadpool comes out on the same weekend that Zohan 2 comes out.
Oh, the
Zohan.
Zoolander.
Zoolander, that's the word. The Zoolander comes out like.
I feel sorry for that because that was a terrible time to release a movie to compete.
That's like anytime anything that came out around Star Wars 7 coming out.
No.
It's horrible timing. Horrible. If you were a company, you'd be like, yeah, I'm not even going to bother. Star Wars is coming out that week. I'm going to give it like 2 weeks, and I'll push something else out.
Yeah.
Unless, you know what would suck? Is if they did that and was like, Star Wars is coming out? Well, we'll just push it out till Valentine's Day. Then people can go see Zoolander.
And
not expecting Deadpool to be Deadpool.
It happens, though. It's the risk that you take in the industry. And it happens with games, too. So.
Yeah, because
But how do you have it spelled? Let's see if we could actually work this out.
Oh, yeah. It's actually written out. X makes a Z sound, so...
Zauhan?
Zauhan, yeah.
Zauhan?
Oh. And then you have Muxin. Muxin?
I've just been using Muxin because that's with the X.
Yeah, that's your actual girlfriend.
Yeah.
Sorry, I don't know if anybody saw... Oh, no, you didn't. Dang.
What?
I just dropped my phone on the beer cabinet, flipped up onto my phone. I was like, that's fucking dope.
Nope.
I was trying to do it again. That's what I was doing just now.
It's out of frame.
ADD-ish. Sorry.
But
back to Gaokao 100 Days. And
pretty much we had the vote for the visual novel.
Right. Yeah, we voted last month.
Visual novel or what you had like the choose your own adventure.
Yeah.
When I saw that, I thought you were talking like Zork, the old text based.
Oh right, yeah.
I walk north.
Oh yeah. God, that would be horrible. I don't even remember what I picked visual novel because it was still along the lines of, or sorry, not visual novel. The visual novel and choose your own adventure,
Or
because they were still along the lines of reading and making choices in a game to affect the outcome, with the primary difference of anime
or
not anime, like mature titles, not mature titles. And when I went back to, because at one point it looked, during the voting, it actually looked like we were going to end up playing Choose Your Own Adventure.
Yes.
And I was looking at the game selections. I was like, oh my god, next month is going to be horrible if we have to play this. Why on earth did I pick this at all? Which actually affected me picking the genres this month because I went through and was like, oh, okay, well, before I make another mistake and we end up playing a genre that's going to be absolutely horrible, like Choose Your Own Adventure.
Honestly, though, it still would make for fun.
Yeah. Not to insult those people who do like Choose Your Own Adventures who are watching, if any, but it just would have been bad. Like, they were all, like, just straight text-based.
Yes.
Like, not even, like...
That's what I'm saying, like Zork, where it's...
Right, yeah.
I walk north.
Right, yeah. It's horrible. What was that? Oh, no, my lamp!
No.
Oh...
Get the salt.
I'm just waiting for it to go out. You can hit the button and that other one will come on.
Oh, I thought it was on.
Nope. Not that it did any different.
No, not
so
so much.
our backlight is getting ready to go out to add to the super awesome problems that we're having with this podcast.
To figure it out. Oh well.
But yeah, so Choose Your Own Adventure was
strictly text.
Yes, like not even like pictures. Like at least there's pictures now that kind of they like cycle through and you have something to look at and you're like, oh okay, I can put a face to a name. Like this is my girlfriend. She's weird with pink hair and has a bunch of buttons all over her shirt. And this is
most
the girl.
shirts do that.
Yeah, this is the girl that I want to be a girlfriend with long dark hair and is nerdy and whatever else was going on with her.
That works out. Though.
Yeah. So I'm really glad we ended up going with the visual novel.
And then it was between High School something or other, the Sakura Angels, and Gaokao.
Gaokao, yep. Sakura Angels, as I said, is
the high fantasy wasn't quite grounded.
Right. So why I picked Sakura Angels over any of the other number of Sakura visual novels that are out there, because there's a lot. If you go through Steam and put in like Sakura, it's going to come up with a bunch. There's like Sakura Swim, Sakura Angels, and there's just a
Sakura.
Yeah, there was a bunch. So I went with Sakura Angels because it looked somewhat normal. As I've played through it, I've realized it's not somewhat normal. It's still quite strange.
Spoiler alert.
Yeah, I haven't actually gotten very far.
Yeah.
I'm not even through the first day of Sakura Angels, and it's like, this is kind of weird, but all right, I'll go with it. It's a Japanese anime. What are we gonna do? Yeah. And then high school was where you are a boy in an all-female school, and you have to dress as a female for the whole time that you're in the school, / have a relationship with a bunch of girls. So that's super
Tuesday.
Yeah, super strange-ish, I guess. Which was kind of what I was going for when I selected visual novels to begin with.
Try to really force the comfort zone out there.
Getting out of our comfort zone, which is another thing that we're about here at the Cheap Game Club, is kind of breaking out of our norms. Playing games that we wouldn't normally play, like Sakura Angels or Gal Love, even. Because I know if I would have picked it up on my own, and
I would have sat in the corner.
Yeah, especially when I started playing and it took forever to get going, I'd have been like, why did I buy this game?
See, it's like I'm glad that I have the group, especially on the Steam side of things, because now I can get the achievements in the game every now and again. And I don't feel like that more ashamed about it because I know everyone else is working to the same end to some extent.
Yeah.
Like, I don't expect everyone to pick up achievements or finish the game, but it's like when I see that my other friends are still getting achievements in the game.
Yeah.
Like, okay, I could actually do this and not be that too far out there.
That is, to speak of the group and breaking out of our roles or whatever it is. The fact that I'm glad that I got this game during the Cheap Game Club part of the month game. Because if I would have picked up Gaokao 100 Days and have never played a visual novel before, and it was just like, oh, let me get a game off of the Steam sale, and it's like $2 or whatever. Yeah. Like, oh, I've never played a visual novel. Yeah, 56 endings. This looks great. Click. And then started playing it.
First 20 minutes.
I'm like, I will never buy a visual novel ever again. And I know this because, like I said, I picked up Sakura Angels to play through as a comparison point. Because it wouldn't be fair to try to do a review on a game on a genre that I've never played before. So,
well, I am.
Well, yeah. So at least now I have two things to kind of compare to, two drastically different things to compare to. And I'm going like this, and I realize that, like, thinking about Sakura Angels, I'm like, yeah, that's two drastically different things about that game. But, I mean, it's not even so much that the character styles are different, if you know what I mean. If you know what I'm getting at. The character styles are different. The rate at which you make choices are different. The pace is different. It's a lot different. And that doesn't deter from Gaokao Love, though.
No.
Don't watch this and think that I'm bashing on Gaokao Love at all.
Because that's the end of the month.
Right, yeah. That will be... Our full reviews will come at the end of the month, and I'm going to take some pretty good notes because I don't think it's going to go as well as it did for Rampage Nights.
I'll take some off the cuff.
Yeah.
Like, I'll make it up as we go.
Yeah.
Because I make the notes.
Yeah. It won't be nearly as easy as reviewing Rampage Nights was.
It will be a bit of a challenge.
Yeah. Which is also kind of unfair to say because Rampage Nights, for a starting game for what we're doing in our community, was perfect. It was it brought us all together as a community. It gave us all a chance to play with each other. Points. Yeah. Have talking points. Even just play. I was playing with Robert and Jason. I played with you. It was a good time. I've really enjoyed that game.
Now we're playing on our own.
Yeah, now we're all playing. And I think day one, literally February 1st, when we announced it, we're like, hey, we're picking Gaokao Love as our game. Jason went and downloaded it and was playing it within like 2 minutes.
Yes.
Yeah, and then messaged me and was like, hey, are you playing the game? What are you doing? I was like, bro, I got to do homework. I think my midterm was due that day.
Something.
Yeah, and I had just gotten back from Kadena, so I had to write my whole 2-page midterm, which I got an A on, 100%. Not just an A, but 100%.
That's crazy.
Which is like, yeah, it's crazy because I bullshitted like half the ads. So there was maybe the introduction was good. College. Yeah, it is true. The introduction and the closing were good. Everything else was just kind of like, well, 1812.
Yeah, you can tell we were going places with the club because we were like, we'll bring everyone together for the first month.
Yeah.
And then we'll just send you on your way.
We'll all pick single player games for the next one. So I don't know how it's gonna. We'll see how it plays out next month. Hopefully, our next game will be a chance for us to come together again as a community.
Yeah.
Because I do like that aspect of the club is being able to play together. I mean, I've already gotten, I would say, closer to Steph because she follows me on Twitter.
Yeah.
I think she's retweeted.
Conversation.
Yeah. So it's weird. Like I only know her through the club, but she's already been. I follow her on Twitter. We talk to each other back and forth on Twitter. She's on. I think I don't know if we're Facebook friends or not, but anyways. So it's. I've never met her before. She seems really nice. She's like a sweet person, but never met her before. If it wasn't for the club, I probably would have never met her. So grateful for the club in that sense, for the community as well. But the games are pretty good too. So even Galcal Love is a decent game. It's okay for what I've gone through, except for I just wish it was a little bit quicker pace. That's my only so far thing that I have.
That's what I'm saying. It's like I still don't know what day I'm gonna find out what 0 HP actually means. It's gonna happen, but at the pace that the game delivers, it's gonna be hard to find out.
Yeah. So okay. So 1. We'll put it right there. 2. I did it earlier.
I saw that.
Yeah, but it blocked my other beer. So we'll go with 3. People are gonna be like, how did this episode just start and he's already on like 2 beers?
There's nothing in the description that says anything about it.
Yeah.
But that's pretty much most of our first impression, I guess.
Yeah.
For going through, we'll have like our little midsection and then finish out the podcast, but it is the Cheap Game Club. We're kind of doing the live show with the video on demand through YouTube.
Right.
So you'll be able to catch it either way. Cheap Game Club for both of those. We have the Facebook group. Again, lucked out on finding that in the Steam group.
And the Steam
and
group.
The channels.
Yep.
All in one spot. Cheap Game Club.
Oh man, we're just having all kinds of issues. I think it's because Twitch is open.
So it's either that or it's because I don't know.
Yeah.
I've never figured out. I've barely used a camera.
Yeah, if Twitch is open at the same time, you have to mute Twitch. I don't think we mute Twitch. When it comes up, it'll be fine on the YouTube, which kind of sucks, but whatever.
And then we do the gameplay for a month.
Right.
Kind of come back together, almost like a book club, discuss it, and then move on to the next month.
Right.
And that's it in a nutshell.
Yeah. So the Facebook club is Cheap Game Club, just like it's spelled exactly how it sounds. Cheap Game Club.
That's where all the voting happens.
Right. Yeah. And that's where on the 6th and usually the 22nd-ish of the month, you'll see me post the genres and the genres and the games for what we're going to be playing for the next month. So, for what else was there? So you can get us on Facebook, on Steam, and then if you can't find us on there, you can just shoot me a tweet, and I'll be more than happy to help you guys out, get to where we need to be if you guys want to be a part of the community. And if you are interested in being on the podcast, we are always welcome to have people come on. We'll try to figure out a way. We thought we were doing pretty good earlier in the night, but apparently we had some technical difficulties there as well. So we'll try to figure out a way.
Figuring it
out. We are no strangers to problems, apparently, whether it be recording or sound issues or whatever the case may be. I feel like episode 2 was perfect,
and then we just
didn't record it. Yep. So I bet episode 4 is going to be like on point.
It'll be fun to see the evolution of everything.
If, to say the least, watching it will be good.
But so we have for this month, we've set up the vote. We've closed out the vote earlier this morning in the United States and earlier this afternoon for us overseas. And the 2 genres that we had were indie adventure or indie platformer.
Indie platformer, indie RPG.
Indie RPG.
Right.
Okay, so I remember the indie part.
And we ended up going with Indie RPG, I think was the overall
vote. I think it was like overwhelming. I think I was the only one that voted for the platformer, the adventure one.
You say overwhelming.
Overwhelming in the numbers that we have.
Yeah, it was like 3-1. I don't know if everybody voted. I know the other day it didn't look like everybody had a chance to vote. So let me.
I know we have a few people in transit.
Oh yeah, too. It's even worse. It was 4-1.
Oh, so, 4-1.
Yeah, 4-1. Indie RPG. So next podcast you will see the
results of
the results
games that we put up.
Right, and if you're interested in getting into the community, like I said, if you get us on Facebook, or even on Steam, you will see. Facebook is where you're going to want to be in order to do the votes. The polls will go up, and then you'll be able to cast your vote there. And I try to push it, try to make sure that everybody gets at least aware of what's going on with the votes as it's going on. Because I would hate to close out a vote and somebody's like, oh, I didn't want to play this, but I didn't get a chance to vote because you guys closed it out too early. So I try to push updates to it too, like, hey, we're going to close the vote at this time, at this date, stuff like that. Yeah. And I think that's going to wrap it up for this podcast, which kind of sucks. I know it's probably not going to hit an hour because we had some technical difficulties earlier in the show.
Kind of went and condensed it afterwards.
Yeah. But thank you for joining in.
Yes.
Next episode will be episode 4, obviously, and it'll be on the 29th. Ish. Yeah, it depends on what part of the world you live in. Yeah. Well, that too.
Yeah.
So we'll see what's going on in the world. How that's going to work. But if you follow me or Anthony, you guys will definitely get updates as when we're about to go live, even though it might be kind of short notice.
Depending on how things go.
Right. And if you follow us on Twitch, Twitch will put out when we go live. Okay. And if anybody, I don't think anybody was here earlier, but we usually go live about anywhere from 5 to 10 minutes early, just so that we can kind of get set up and see what's going on. I wish Drodos would have been around during that 5-minute episode or during that 5-minute pre-screen.
Could have mixed everything.
So you'd be like, "Yo, something's wrong."
That's all right.
But c'est la vie. We'll deal with it next time. Maybe even take a minute to come together and get our setup right. Without having an episode.
We at the very least moved forward and now have some sort of lower third to give an idea of what's going on with who we are.
And we recorded it this time. Oh! Boom!
But that's always fun. We've probably foot stomped it plenty of times, and that's the Air Force coming out on me now. I'm so sorry. Yeah. Forgive me. But we are available, Cheap Game Club, pretty much across the board. Facebook, on Twitch, on Steam, and on...
we don't have a Twitter. We should make a Twitter.
We should.
We're going to make a Twitter tonight.
Surprise.
Next episode, if you come back next episode, you'll see the Cheap Game Club Twitter handle that we're going to use.
And then... No, I'm forgetting
That's
one.
pretty much all
YouTube.
YouTube. That's right. We do have a YouTube.
So we have that all set up. YouTube will have the VOD. We'll have the VOD available in the past broadcasts on Twitch. Mm-hmm. Go ahead and give us a follow or subscribe on either of those.
Yep.
That way you can get the most up-to-date availability.
Right, and if you follow either of our Twitter handles, you'll be able to get us there as well.
Yes.
And then there's something that Rob brought up that I wanted to bring up to you. I was going to do it before the episode, but I thought maybe now would be a better time.
Meaning you forgot.
March. Well, yeah, maybe. In March, start doing a contest for people who follow.
Okay.
Maybe giving away I said $10 because that's what we're about on Steam. $10 gift card to one of our followers on Steam.
If we do it that way, we might as well just give the next month game.
Right, that's what I was thinking too.
Gift the game.
Right. So stay tuned. There's more details to come. Probably on February 29th on the next episode, you'll see some more details about the contest that's going to be happening. So please come back. Please subscribe, and we'll see you guys next time. Thanks for Stephanie and Drodos again for showing up, and everybody else who showed up in the chat room tonight. Appreciate you guys watching.
Yep.
You got anything else?
I have nothing else.
All right, cool. Well, have a good one. See you February 29th.